Hello everyone! I figured I would go live for a little bit, see how you guys are doing. My belt is so... Hi! Hello. It's been a little bit since I've gone live, so I figured I'd come on. Hey, hi! Hi. I hope everyone is having a Miles of Smiles Thursday. It's going pretty good here. I have been cleaning up all day, so it feels nice to finally get stuff done. What's up? Doing good. Happy early Christmas. Yes, same to you. Happy early Christmas. Are you excited? Like, we're so excited here. So I think everybody knows at this point, I am a huge Christmas freak. I mean, my whole family, we are. My kids love Christmas, my husband loves Christmas. We just completely get decked out and own about a bazillion Christmas pajamas. And yes, we are that family that I forced my husband into wearing Christmas pajamas, and we take photos. So I have our Christmas pajamas this year, and we'll be taking photos, and I bought Christmas cards, so I'm sending our family cards with photos of all of us in our Christmas pajamas. Like, nobody does it anymore. Do y'all do that? Do y'all like take, family photos and wear your ugly sweaters or your Christmas pajamas? That's what we do every year. So we do it for Halloween and we do it for Christmas. So for Halloween, my husband and I had Gryffindor pajamas, and then our two kids had Slytherin. So that was what we did. Hi from the UK. Hi! Hi. We're going to be moving soon, so we're stationed in Hawaii, and we just found out a lot of the places that we could potentially get sent to. So there was a list, and there was like 48 places, and two of them actually I think were to the UK. Then there was Belgium, there was Germany. So we have our list, and then you made it out, and we put UK high up there, so we'll find out where we get sent to. It would be really exciting for my husband's last, our last big hurrah, our last big PCS to go there, but we'll see where we end up. Hi from Texas. Hi. Yes, Texas was on the list. I gotta move this, sorry. I keep hitting this. Okay, there we go. I'm very, I move around a lot, and I kept hitting all that, and it was irritating me. North Dakota, that wasn't on our list, though, of places to go to. So there was like 48 places, and we had Texas up high because that's where my husband and I met, was Texas. That's where our oldest is born. When I was a kid, my dad was in the military, so we spent a lot of time there. We have Texas, Colorado, Washington, obviously. So we'll see where we end up. I'm all excited. If you come to UK, I'll go running with you. You wouldn't like running with me. So a lot of people say that because I love running. So running is like everything to me. I have a torn ACL, I have a torn medial meniscus, and I still run with a 20-pound weighted vest on, mind you. I love my weighted vest. I swear by it. So if you were looking for something to really force you, to kind of stand upright and to just really give you a weighted vest on while you're working out is killer. It's totally awesome. I don't know why my live has grids on it. From where are you? So right now we live in Honolulu, Hawaii. I'm from Alabama. I'm from Enterprise, Alabama. Roll Tide! Yes. And don't come at me with that LSU or Auburn. No. I'm just kidding. Hello from Puerto Rico. Hi. Friendly kisses from Florida. Florida was on our list too, exactly where we were just at. So before we were here in Hawaii, we were in Washington. Before Washington, we were Florida. Before Florida, we were in Texas. So, and then my dad was in the military, so that's my entire life, is traveling around. And when I was growing up, we lived in Germany. So I graduated from Ansbach American Middle High School. Yay! And we lived off base in Wolfram-Zeschenbach. So I would love to go overseas again. And then I want to take my kids to where we were. There were some places in Germany that I obviously recognize that I would love to get stationed at. But I'm also like timid and scared because I never got a license overseas. And I'm like, God, you know what's going to happen? We're going to get stationed overseas and I'm going to fail the driver's test because I know my dad, my mom, and then when I graduated, my sister, she ended up taking her test in Germany and she was like saying it was not easy. So I would just be freaking out that I'm going to fail this test. Yay, Colorado. Yes, that's where my husband has always wanted to go to, is Colorado, but it's like super duper hard to get stationed there because everybody wants to go to Colorado, everybody wants to go to Washington, so those are the harder places to get to. And we actually requested Washington State, and they just happened to have an opening, you know, for my husband to go there. And then we requested here because it was on his requisitions. So I like Hawaii, but I'm so ready to get, you know, anywhere else. I'm kind of done with the heat, although since Texas was high on our list, you know, but still, at least there's, you know, different seasons in Texas, whereas here it's hot and hot. You'll need a lot of sweaters if you come to the UK. Okay, so fun fact for you guys, I wear a slew of sweaters. It is my favorite thing to order. I own, like, no lie, my husband always laughs at me because I love to shop at Anthropologie, and Anthropologie has the cutest sweaters, that and Free People. So I've been shopping a lot at Free People too, because I own a lot of Anthropologie sweaters, so I was moving on to Free People. But anyways, I have like their entire line. I have 3 drawers just dedicated to sweaters, and then I have my closet where I had to fold them. So I have a lot of sweaters. I have chunky sweaters. I love the cable knit sweaters. I love turtlenecks. I'm a huge turtleneck freak. So I definitely thought you were a Texas girl when I saw you. Alabama girl. But yes, so my dad, he was also stationed in Texas. So my husband and I were in Fort Hood. My dad was in Fort Hood. My dad has been stationed in Fort Hood like 3 times, which is Central Texas. So I've been to Texas for a lot. So we'll see. I am so stoked no matter where we end up because I like moving. I absolutely love it. It's been my entire life since I was, you know, a wee one. So we'll see. Okay. Texas barbecue. Oh my God, yes. Who doesn't love barbecue in general? I was supposed to make ribs today. So I posted this a lot on my Instagram stories before Twitter had fleets, which, I love fleets. Y'all don't understand. So if you don't know what a fleet is, it's a Twitter story. And if you go to someone's profile, if they have like a ring around their profile photo, it means they have a fleet, which is just a little story. So if you don't want to post it on your page and kind of put it in your story, it stays there for 24 hours. And Instagram does that, but they also have like a little spot for highlights, which means it'll save it to your profile forever and ever. So I'm a huge story freak. I have like a Christmas section, a Halloween section, you know, a video section, a food section. I have a section for my cats. I have a section for working out. So I love stories. I think it's a great way to connect with people on a different level. So like if I want to show y'all my new slips that I can post it on my story, or the cute little jelly sandals that I got yesterday, which are right there. I absolutely love them. So I was born in 1983. Was a 90s girl. Being a teenager, and I had jelly sandals. It just grew up, anyone who knows the 90s knows the jelly sandals. So when I saw them at American Eagle, and they were not that expensive, I had to snag them. But anyways, okay. getting back to what I was talking about, I was supposed to make ribs tonight. I love ribs. I am a rib queen, I must say. I make some pretty damn good ribs. But since my husband's getting out a little bit earlier today, we decided that we're going to go to the mall. The Olive Garden here opened up a little while ago, and that's kind of been our place to go to. So not me, not really any of y'all know, but my husband and my first date when we met was Olive Garden. We were there for all of, 50 minutes, and then we went to his house. Yes, we did. We did the deed on the first date. I was like, I need to know what I'm getting myself into because I feel like we're already soulmates. I'm not clingy. So that was our first date. So when our mall here in Hawaii, on Oahu, announced that they were opening up an Olive Garden, my husband and I were just like doing the happy dance that we could finally go because they don't have any in Hawaii. So we go there a little bit, but I wanted to go to Anthropologie to see if they have any more mugs. I'm a mug freak, and I collect stirrers, so coffee stirrers. And I have like Christmas tree coffee stirrers. People have been asking me, a lot of people, where I got them from. Anthropologie. Absolutely love it. So anyway, so we're going to go there to eat tonight. Wow, I haven't had any coffee either. I've just been cleaning up. I think I'm that excited to be live. Hi! Is Hawaii a good place to live? Hawaii is a very expensive place to live. So, I mean, it depends. If you're looking for the city life, then where I'm at, that's good for you. If you're looking for the beach life, then on the other side of the island is where you're going to want to live at. But I mean, Hawaii in general is super duper expensive. It just really is expensive. And it's understandable why it is. I mean, we're separated from everyone, and everything has a markup for it. So we're done. Being that military is the only thing I know, I always get that itch after 2 years, and usually it's 3 years that we move, but I get it around 2, because at 2.5, you're gonna find out where you're going. So at 2, I start getting that itch where I start moving things around, and I'm like ready to buy boxes and start packing things up. So I'm ready. And we already extended here because of everything that had happened this year. The military wasn't really moving people. Understandably so. So we were able to extend here for another year, but now we're just like, it's time to go. It's time to move. Washington. Yes, my happy friend. Is it like nice and cold in Washington? You guys haven't snow yet? Where we lived at JBLM, so right in the Tacoma area, we would get snow. We would never get heavy snow, but we would get snow. So I always miss that. Oh my god. Is that like a, oh my god, or is that like, oh my god? Because it'll do like my hair flick. Pay no attention to me. Come back to Washington, I need to hug you. Oh my god. I swear, people like all the time tell me, hey, if I saw you, would you be okay if I hugged you or whatever? And I'm like, oh my god, yes. Like, really, like, just tap on me, just like push me, do whatever you want, come barreling up and give me a hug. Like, I welcome it. I'm a very touchy-feely girl anyways, but the idea that people would ever want to anyways is so, I don't know, it's just like, me, of all people, I'm like batshit crazy, I'm weird. So, I get like all excited and giddy that anybody wants to like hang with me or give me a hug. Love the tattoos. Thank you very much. Thank you. I love my tattoos. If I ever go back to Washington, this is my busty mermaid, and if I go back to Washington, because that's where I got this tattoo and this one, I want a full sleeve. Potentially. I don't know. I go back and forth. So the idea was to get a full sleeve, and then maybe somehow cover this one up, or somehow incorporate it with, this part. Or if I cover it up, then I would like to get a mermaid like on my thigh or someplace. I don't know. I say that, and I have like a million ideas of like tattoos that I want, and I wanted one like right here on my finger. And then I always, which ironically is the word I wanted, but we're huge Harry Potter fans, and I always wanted Lily's Patronus, and I always wanted the word always on there, right below it. So that's what I had wanted to get, but I don't know anymore. I go back and forth between if I want tattoos, what more I want, and I don't want it to overwhelm, my body either. And then of course my husband has to live with me, so I obviously don't want to do anything that's going to throw it, our chemistry off. I don't know why I had to shake when I did that. Can't you just get an international driver's license before you go? I don't know. Like, I don't know how that works. I have no clue. But if we find out that we're going overseas, I want to find out about that. I'd be curious how that works. But I'm in the United States, so to think about driving on the other side, like if you go, to the UK, I don't know. So one of my favorite Christmas movies to watch as a couple with just my husband is The Holiday, and the part where Cameron Diaz is in London, and then in Surrey, and then she's driving on the other side of the road, and there's a truck coming by. It's like one of our favorite couple movies to watch. You have to watch it. That and Love Actually. So The Holiday is mine. Love Actually is my husband's. The Family Stone. That's a fantastic movie, and it always cracks me up. I really like that one. Well, there's like a Shuluton. I didn't want to say the S-H-I-T word. Even though I think I've already said it like 10 times. So there's a whole bunch of Christmas movies that we absolutely love. So every night we're watching Christmas movies, and we just get all excited about it. And I have like my Christmas outfits on, and we make it a big deal. Your positivity makes me smile. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I am pretty much a positive person. Gosh, I have my moments too. I'll get, so the hard part about being an emotional person who's also positive is when you get down, you get down. Now you're quick to bounce back up, but you like go from here to here, and you're like that for like a day or so, and then you quickly go whoop, and then you're fine again. But it sucks being emotional. Oh my gosh. Because you just take in everything, you feel everything, you absorb everything that everyone's going through, you take in yourself, because you just want to try and fix everything, because you just want people to be merry and happy, which realistically I know is impossible. It's just something that has always stuck with me, and I've never been able to get past. No matter what I've gone through in life, I really just want everyone to be happy all the time. And I know that people aren't, because I myself can't be happy all the time. But it's like stuck. It's it's embedded in my brain. So whatever. But anyways. Orlando. Oh my god, hi! I was just watching a podcast from these two guys that I follow on YouTube, and they were traveling around Orlando, so ironic. Hi! I was born in Winter Garden, so I remember a little bit of Orlando and that whole area, and then I went to Disney. Was it Disneyland or Disney World over there? Disney World, right? So, but I don't remember like too terribly much. The places that we went to when we were stationed in Florida, years ago, back in 2011, that was in Tampa. So I remember Tampa a lot. Hello, hi. Roll Tide, hi, yes, I love my Alabama folks coming together, and it's so bad. So my license plate on the front and the back of my Jeep, it says Alabama Roll Tide on it, and every time I go up to the gate, there's always this one guard who is an Auburn fan, and he's always like, and he always like, gives me the look, and I'm like, Roll Tide. You're secretly Roll Tide fan, aren't you? Does Auburn still have a team? I always say that. I'm a brisket expert. Oh my God. I would love to have your brisket then. And I meant that in the most food way possible. Not in the way that it probably sounds. I love your brisket. Jump up and down. So I can't jump up and down. I'm only 2.5 weeks post-op from my surgery. So I'm trying to be careful with the girls. Plus I have padding underneath this bra, because if not, you'd see my headlights. So I don't need the padding to fall out. I was 1984. There you go. Just a year younger than me. I got called a boomer several times by my kids and on Twitter. I always get called a boomer now. I think it's funny when people call me a boomer. They're like, go home boomer. And I'm always laughing because I'll type back snarky stuff and I'm like, I don't get it, I am home. And I'm like telling my son this, my oldest, and he's like, God, you're such a boomer when you say that. And I'm like, hey, I will take it. I just turned 37. I'm okay with that. I don't mind being a boomer. Alabama rules. Yes, they do. Ever thought about writing? Yeah, so I did write in elementary and middle school. I wrote a lot. I had one of my poems published in North Carolina in our local, little community book. So I wrote poetry for a long time. I love writing. In fact, when I was in high school, my favorite course was my literature class. And I had this huge issue where I could watch a play, I could read novels, and I could tell you frontwards and backwards what happened. I could write insanely long essays and a thesis and just really dive deep into it. But if you ask me a multiple choice freaking question, I'd like lose my shit every single time. Ooh, there, I said it. 25 cents in the swear jar. I told my husband, I was like, we need to get a swear jar because sometimes my mouth goes blah. And I'm like, ooh, I probably should not have said that. So, but yes, I have thought about writing again, and in case anyone hadn't seen, I am starting a YouTube channel, so I do have a name, but I'm going to switch it over and do something completely different because I don't want it attached to any of my platforms, any of my Twitter, my OnlyFans, my Instagram, or anything, so I don't want it to be Brittany Elizabeth, I don't want it to be Brittany XOXO or anything like that. So it's going to be completely different. My name is Brittany, so the name Brittany will be in there, but it's going to be completely separate. And I'm going to do video vlogs, so vlogging. It's something I'm really passionate about, as you can tell. I absolutely love making videos. It is my passion just to talk and to get to know people. I absolutely enjoy just like diving into what makes people tick, and happiness, positivity, motivation, all things like that. So I will be doing that. I don't know when. I had planned on doing it at the start of the new year, and I'm kind of thinking, okay, well, maybe I can get it together. I was gonna do like a whole setup and get the earphones, the headphones, not the earphones, and the mic and all that. But I think what makes me me is I sit crisscross applesauce, I have my phone, and I just go. So I would make it completely unedited because I don't do editing. I'm not a fan of editing. Occasionally I've had to do it for OnlyFans, like if somebody calls or something and I'm making like a 30-minute video, things like that. But in general, I'm not a fan of editing. I like to be just, what is that expression, sort of off the cuff and just whatever comes out. So yeah, now if it runs to be too long of a video, which I have a tendency of rambling, never. I have things that are called daily rambles that I do on another platform, and I absolutely love it. And my daily rambles will be about 40 minutes long. And it's about just absolutely nothing. Just talking like this. Rib love. Ah, good. I like that. I do love my ribs. I like steak too. I did not like steak growing up. So I was a vegetarian for a long time, and my dad, you know, we were in North Carolina, and that's a big hunting area. So he would go hunting, and every time I would pray that he wouldn't get anything. And the one time that I forgot to pray, no lie, I've told this story a million times, he ended up getting a deer. And I was like, ah! You know, I mean, I know deer is not, you know, steak, it's venison. But anywho, I mean, I could not for the life of me understand how anyone could eat steak or meat of any kind. And then, like, probably maybe 6 months ago or something, my husband was like, you have to try steak. You have to try it, you know, for once. And I did, and I have never looked back. I'm like, oh, it just like melts in my mouth. I love the filet mignon. Oh my God. So we haven't gone to Ruth Chris. I've never gone there. So we want to go there. And there's a Morton Steakhouse here, which we want to go to. And then there's like a local joint they just opened up. It's like JoJo Steak or something that we want to go to. So we go to Outback, and I get their filet mignon. They have a 6 ounce and an 8 ounce, and I've had to do both because sometimes they're out of the 6 ounce. And it literally, you don't even have to use a knife. You just cut into it, and oh my God, it is so intense and just an explosion in your mouth. It's like a food gasm. And it's not terribly expensive. So I imagine when we go to Ruth Chris, it'll be expensive. But the filet mignon at Outback for a 6 ounce, I believe I paid like $26. And then for an 8 ounce, I think it's like 28 or it's like 23. It's in the 20s. I think it's like 23 or $25 or something for a 6 ounce. So it's not bad. But anyways, man, now I'm like really hungry for food. And why I can't lose weight, we have just solved. Okay. Glad you'll be within the 48 states. Well, we'll see. We'll see. So no snow yet. Oh my God, I'm so far behind. That's how much I'm talking. I'm so incredibly sorry. I'm not ignoring anyone. Wow, I am really far behind. Okay. Crazy is good. Oh God, you're very sweet. Thank you. I appreciate it. People want to hang because you're so positive, happy. Damn, I am really far behind. I'm so sorry. I am not meaning to ignore people. It's hot. Oh yes. We wanted to go to Arizona. We thought houses would be cheaper there. And then we have a friend who was stationed with my husband in Washington, and they're in Arizona right now. And he's hoping to retire there when he gets out. So they're actually coming to Hawaii. So we're leaving in the summer, and he gets here in the summer. But they want to go back and retire in Arizona because they love it so much, and they were saying that houses are cheaper there, you know, and so on and so forth. So that's where we had wanted to go to. Not one Arizona on our list. We were super duper surprised. We figured so many like slots would be open for Arizona, but not one. Snow in Central Ontario. Ah, I'm so jealous. We love the snow. So my husband is from Pennsylvania, and you know, they get like crazy snow at the oddest times. I think like last year or the year before, it was snowing in like March. So, oh my God. And then my parents live in Tennessee. Well, my dad is a contractor overseas right now, but my mom, so my poor mom, she's been kind of by herself for the last several years, while my dad's been, you know, contracting overseas. He comes home every few months, but she absolutely loves Tennessee and where they live. So this is where they live is where I want to live. I want a very secluded place where it's kind of like, you know that scene from The Sound of the Music when she's like running on the hill and she's got her arms out and it's just open? That's what I want. I want to have my own little lot. I don't need a big house. I just want lots of, you know, land. I want to have like a horse, a greenhouse. I want to grow my own garden, and I want to be far away from everyone and everything. If I could just have like a little bubble or just live on the top of a hill and be like 40 minutes from everyone and everything, oh, I'd be like heaven, I'd be happy. And I love people, but the older I get, the more I like want my space. So I don't know what it is, but anyways, okay. I think it'd be physically impossible for us to get up. Oh, you could get your arms around me, just smush them like that. They're not that big, you just smush them. No problems with the expanders, not anymore. I am so happy. So for anyone who doesn't know, I had expanders put in the end of April. But unfortunately, with the expanders that I had, an insane amount of scar tissue grew, and it wrapped around my expanders, particularly my left one. So instead of having, you know, full boobs, God, the problem with having longer hair is your hair like gets everywhere. Anyways, but the issue that I had is I had a lot of loose skin underneath my left one, and it was just kind of squared off. It wasn't full, it wasn't round, and they sat up higher. And I like mine to sit low. I like and everybody always makes fun of me when I say this, but I like the natural-ish look, as natural as you can get, you know, with implants or expanders. That's how I like it. I don't like, it's not for me. I've seen so many women who have the really up high in your face look, and they look fantastic. It just isn't for me, and it doesn't look right with me or fit my personality. So for me, the lower they are, the happier I am, and I just like to see them just go everywhere. And I like mine to be really soft, to be bouncy, to be squishy, and I had that with implants, but with the expanders that I had, because it was so wrapped around the scar tissue, I had none of that. So I recently had surgery about 2.5 weeks ago, tomorrow's 3 weeks. Oh my God, time flies. So 3 weeks ago, tomorrow, I had my surgery, and now they sit low, they're full, they are so soft and tender and squishy, and I absolutely love it. Emphasis on love it. Oh my God. So something you didn't know about me, a little side note, my husband, well actually my kids and my husband and I, we like to quote movies, and one of my favorite things is from the A-Team, the new one, and I always like it when he has a cigar in his mouth and he's like, I love it when a plan comes together. So I will always do that to my husband. And he just like spits out whatever's in his mouth. I do it like the most odd times. I need to do it, you know, when we're having a little brown chicken, brown cow, and just say, I love it when a plan comes together. Oh my God, that would be so epic. Oh my God, okay. What do you think about people keeping their Christmas tree up all year round? I'm glad you asked me that. I say you do you. Dude, if you want to put your Christmas tree up in February, you know, take it down for a month and then put it back up, babe, you do you. If you want to keep it up all year round, you do you. Whatever you want to do to make yourself happy, as long as you ain't harming people, you know, you're not being cruel to people, I say you do whatever makes your heart happy. Honestly, it does not bother me at all. If you want to watch Christmas movies all year round and wear your Christmas pajamas all year round, I don't do that at all. I do that. Then you do that. If you want to like have Halloween every day, all day, you know, 365 days out of the year, you do you. It don't bother me, baby. I think far too often we get kind of, you know, scared of what other people are going to think, and I am obviously a human being. I get the same way too. You know, it's a constant battle with yourself, but, you know, I say be you. You know, do your thing. I don't know why I said thing like that, but, you know. I thought about having a back tattoo. Mainly just a nice wing design. Oh, now that would be really cool. Oh my God. I would love to see that if you do that. I go back and forth too. Sometimes I'm like, I want another tattoo, and then sometimes I'm like, no, I really don't, you know, and then I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. So, we'll see. It's not as bad as you think driving in the UK. Okay, that's good to hear. Because every time you watch one of those movies and you see people like tense up and freak out, I'm like, oh my God. That was my #1 concern, by the way, of us putting UK so high on the list, was we're going to have to drive on the other side of the road, and I'm going to have to get another driver's license. That was my concern. So we'll see. We'll see where we end up. Either way, I'm excited. I thought it was really cool that there were so many places. I mean, over half of all of our choices, and there was 48, I believe, over half were overseas. It was so insanely awesome. And we just thought it was cool because usually, and in the Army especially, they don't send you on back-to-back overseas tours. Like, I never had that as a kid. So we did Germany with my dad, and then, I mean, I graduated over there, and then I moved to California, but I had, you know, my dad didn't go from like an overseas to an overseas. So when they left Germany, they went to Texas. Texas? Yes, they went to Texas. They were supposed to go to Kansas, Fort Riley, and they were on the plane, and all their stuff was shipped to Riley. True story. And when they landed, my dad had several voicemails and several text messages. And that's when he found out that he had actually been giving another assignment in Texas. Yeah, it was Texas. No, that was Fort Bragg. I'm so sorry. That was Fort Bragg. They moved to Bragg first. I don't remember. Whatever. The point is, I don't know why I'm like debating and arguing with myself. Oh my God, can y'all imagine being married to me? So my husband and I were talking about it last night because I posted a fleet, and it was a really cool thing where it's like 30 of me. It's a filter on Instagram, so I just saved it and then posted it on here too. And so my mom, true story, my mom was pregnant with me and my twin, and my twin passed away when my mom was 3 months pregnant. And so I often joke with my husband, I'm like, could you imagine having two of me? And my husband's like, I can't even handle one of you. So then when he saw the fleet, because I showed it to him, I was like, can you imagine if there was like 30 Brittany's? He's like, oh my God, no. The world does not need even one of you. So I don't know why I'm really telling you all that. The stuff my husband and I talk about. Let's see. F Auburn. I won't say that, but I won't also give you a thumbs up and a winky face. Okay. Roll Tide on something else? Did so you meant that to be what I think you meant that to be, right? Just let them breathe, I say. I'm assuming you meant these, right? They want to be free. They really want to be free. But so I actually I was telling someone this yesterday on Twitter, but I received a few emails from the platform that I'm on, the OnlyFans, and they have changed their TOS where you're not allowed to show like incision sites, bruises, BLOOOD. I have to emphasize the OOO because I'm just so used to it. You can't say that word on OnlyFans and in other places, so you kind of have to go, you know, and find different ways of spelling that out. But you can't show any healing process. So OnlyFans has completely cracked down on that. So I had to remove a few posts, and then I sent the guy who was talking to me back, and I said, I had no idea, I'm so sorry. And I was like, you know, I'm in the process of healing right now, like how long do I need to like not post anything like that? So I've had to use an editing program, and because I have stitches in the front and stitches on the side because my ports got moved to the side. So I had to use an editing program and use the acne part and then just, you know, acne out the stitches and everything just to be able to post on my sites, because they don't allow that anymore. So it's really crazy how strict they're getting. It's fine, you know, times are changing and people are getting more sensitive to it, so I understand that. If anyone has been following me since when I even had the infection, you know how incredibly open I am about everything, and I always feel like it's better to show people what you're going through and say, hey, I'm still a human, I'm still gonna kick on, you know, this is not gonna stop me. And so I was very open about it and showing it on every platform until all these platforms are like, you can't do that, like you can't do things like this. And I didn't know that, so I'm an extremely open and I'm a very honest person. And, you know, Twitter was the first to hit me and say, no, 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 you need to take that down. You know, I got reported a lot right after my infection, and that was showing everybody, because I ended up having this implant taken out, and I was 4,200 cc's on this one. So it was a very weird looking, you know, left side, and the right side was really big. So I don't know if anybody remembers that. And I looked really bad. I mean, I was honest about it. I just, you know, I just had an infection. I had 104 fever, and I was in the hospital, and that's when we found out, hey, you have to have surgery, like immediate surgery right now. So, you know, I didn't look good, but I wanted to show people, hey, you can have all these things happen and just keep on going, keep on trucking. And that's when the sites were like, sorry, we don't condone that, you can't do that. And that was hard for me, and it still is hard for me. So anyways, wow, I ramble a lot. Getting on with it, oh my God, I gotta go, because I gotta go pick up my son, and I'm a little late. So wow, nice to drop all that on you, and they'd be like, oh, I gotta go, by the way. But I'll stay on for a minute or two. But anywho, now I don't really have to do that because I'm healing really good. So now I can finally let them breathe a little bit, and let them fly just a little bit. I can't do a whole lot of bouncing yet. You know, I'm trying to be careful since I have the side stitches that are still healing. I am so happy. So with my expanders, when I got them in April, the ports were underneath here because after I had an infection, I had to have a drain put in, and it sat underneath. And then when I had the 4,200 taken out on this side, she also put a drain in just to make sure I didn't get an infection. So my doctor, Dr. D, who passed away unexpectedly a few months ago, when I went in for expanders in April, he just was like, well, I'll just use the same incision site. And I was like, oh my God, cool, because you won't see anything. But when I run and wear the weighted vest and move, it just puts a lot of pressure on the ports and all the nerves underneath. So I was in severe, severe pain to the point I was crying right after my surgery because everything is reattaching and healing. So it took a very long time. But anyways, when I just had surgery 3 weeks ago, I told the doctor if he could just move the ports over here. So my expanders that are put in, they're 2,500 cc expander shells, and I am 27 cc's. So if you don't know, there's a significance behind that number, which my doctor didn't even know. So I have a new doctor. He's fantastic, Dr. Bakey. Absolutely love him. Insanely sweet, just phenomenal, phenomenal doctor. Totally recommend him in California. Anyways, I told him, I was like, hey, did you know about 27? And he was like, no. And he told me how he even came to that number. So he wasn't even looking to see how many cc's were going in. He was looking at these and making sure they were even and round. And he did my right side first, and he said, stop. And it just happened to be at 27. So then I told him the significance behind it is talking about guardian angels and reaching your full potential and being watched over and protected. So I will forever have that number in my head. You know, and it's sentimental now. Who would have thought that 27 cc's would be like such a, you know, I'm gonna look back and it's gonna be like a nostalgic sort of thing. But okay, so I really need to go. Oh my God, I've been on for way too long. I need to go get my kiddo. I will talk to y'all later. Love you and miles of smiles to you guys. Happy Thursday. We're getting so close to Christmas time. Oh my God, I can hardly stand it. I love you guys, and hopefully you guys have been good so that way Santa can bring you guys all sorts of beautiful, lovely presents. Obviously some are going to be materialistic, you know, because that's just Christmas, and some will hopefully be, you know, being with your family and your loved ones and hoping for, you know, your safety and being healthy, and don't drink and drive. All right, love y'all. Bye. I can't turn this off. It's like it doesn't want me to leave. Bye.